Deconverted man here. Ah, yes, the Atheist Experience put out a bad argument. I analyzed it and said it was bad. Then people came to defend it because I don't know. I have no idea why, because I thought it was blatantly clear that it was broken. But whatever, people think that they know logic, so they're coming to defend it for reasons I can't understand. And I shamed one of them into making a video on his channel where he presented a program that did logic, supposedly, and then a truth table. Maybe I'll look at those, maybe not. But he desperately wanted a truth table. So I've written a truth table. Now he and some of the other people that all were talking about truth tables and all, they insisted that if I was to do one, then I would see that I was wrong because somehow the truth table would negate the law of identity, I guess. By the way, in the other guy, in this guy truth table, he doesn't, his truth table doesn't cover what mine does, and I'll show you that when I show you his. But at any rate, let's get to mine first because it's my channel and I care about my stuff more. All right, just to recap. Okay, so Atheist Experience, some guy, I don't even know his name, don't care what his name is, doesn't matter, said the following. If Christianity is true, then a perfect being exists. That was premise one. Then he said if perfect being is true, then Christianity is false. And then he said, let me change this around here. Okay. He said if a perfect being is true, then Christianity is false, and therefore Christianity is false. Now, as much as I would love to agree with the conclusion, that's not relevant. All that's relevant is whether or not the argument is or is not sound. Its structure is perfectly fine, but it contains a fallacy. The fallacy here is excluded middle, because these two things are equal. The perfect being is the same in both instances. Perfect being, perfect being. So you cannot have the same perfect being be both true and Christianity being true and false at the same time. That does not work. Okay? That's it. It should be that simple. But no. We need a truth table. Okay, here's your fucking truth table. God damn it. Now, I might say this wrong. Hopefully not. But if I do, I'll correct myself because this takes a bit to explain and get right. And because, okay. So, here's this symbol right here. First one. Okay. That's a cross. And that means Christianity. Okay. Then this symbol right here, that's a perfect being. Okay. This symbol means Christianity is false. This is Christianity being true, is connected to the perfect being. And this is the perfect being suggesting that Christianity is false. Okay. So if it is true that Christianity is true, and it is true that a perfect being exists, then Christianity being not true, actually, I think I screwed this up, would be true, not false. See, these double negatives get me every fucking time. God damn it. Okay, Christianity being not true would be, no, I was right the first time, would be false, right? Christianity being not true would be false, it would mean Christianity is true. Right, no, I was right. I was right the first time. I second guessed myself because of the damn double negatives, which is why I hate these truth tables. Okay, so Christianity being false would be false, meaning that Christianity is in fact true. Damn, there we go. Thank you, me. All right, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, so that means in Christianity, implying that the perfect being, that would be true, and a perfect being implying that that Christianity is false would be not true, would be false. Okay. All right, that's table one taken care of. That's this whole table. That's done. Now the next one we have to do, and I hate everything about the universe. Christianity is true, but there isn't a perfect being, then it would be true that Christianity is false. So it would also be false that a that Christianity implies a perfect being. So then it would be true that a perfect being implies not Christianity. If you see the problem there, then you understand why I said that this breaks the law of identity. If Christianity is false, and that finishes that part of the truth table. And for those, if that seemed confusing to you, welcome to the club. Okay. If Christianity is false, but there is a perfect being, that's true. Christianity is false, because we already said, well, Christianity is false, so of course Christianity is false. That would be true. And Christianity implying a perfect being, well, that would not be true, because Christianity is false, so it can't be true ever. So then a perfect being implying that Christianity was false would be true, because, well, Christianity is false. So whether there's a perfect being or not doesn't really matter, because Christianity is always going to be false in this scenario. All right, that settles that truth table. All right, now, if Christianity is false and there's no perfect being, then Christianity being false is actually correct. And it would be incorrect to say that Christianity implies a perfect being, because it doesn't, since it's false. And it would also be false that a perfect being implies not Christianity, because there is no perfect being. Although not Christianity, or Christianity being false would still be true, but there'd also not be a perfect being, so we couldn't say that anyways, but we have to put a thing so it'd be false. There you go. Okay, there you go. So the damn thing doesn't work. It doesn't work, and I've done a truth table. Is everybody happy now? Okay, so that's it. It's done. Case closed. Game over. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. Oh, right. I'm supposed to show the other guy's truth table. Fine. God damn it. God damn. Oh, goodness. I have to do it. Wait, that was on my video. I got to find his video now. God damn everything. Okay. So here's his truth table. Okay. So, all right. I'll pull that up. Oh, my God. I have to pull up his truth table. All right. Fine. We'll do it. We'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. Called it truth table.
So if X is
Amazing.
true.
Now, you'll notice some differences in my truth table and his truth table. Oh, yes, this is fun. Oh, I just love all this. I love it. It's great. It's fan-freaking-tastic. Why is everything... What the hell? Oh, shit. What did I just do there? Okay. I don't know that that's big enough for everybody to see. Hopefully it is. It looks really tiny to me, but whatever. Okay, we'll look at it. Okay, so X is Z. Z is not X. That's what he's got here. And then he's got for X is true, Z is true. And let's see what he does with the next column here. He fills it out. Let's just skip ahead because I don't want to waste time on this. Okay, so let's see. If X is true and Z is true, X being Z is true, X being not Z being, see, I knew I was going to say it wrong. Z being not X is false. Okay, yeah. X is true, Z is false. X being Z would be false, as Z being not X would be true. Yes, correct. X being false, Z being true. X being Z would be true. X being not, or Z being not X would also be true. Let's see. If X is true, or X is false. Sorry, X is false in column 4. Okay. But Z is true. X being Z. That still could be true. And then Z being not X would be true. Okay, you got that one. And then column 5, X is false. Z is false. X being Z would be true? How could that be true if they're both false? I'm not really sure there, but okay. I think you got that one wrong there, buddy. Because if X is false, then it can't be Z. It's just false. It can't be. It can be something else, but it can't be fucking Z because it can't be. It's false. So, okay. Well, maybe okay. If X is false and that implies that Z is false, then yes, okay, both are false, and then that would be true. Okay, I hate truth tables. I hate them. Z being not X would be true? How? Let's see. If no, that wouldn't work. I don't think that would work. I think that would be false, wouldn't it? Z is not X. That means Z is the X is inverted, so then X is now true. Z being false, X being now true, which it isn't. So then no, Z would not be not X. So this is false. So you got that one wrong. You got number 5 wrong. But none of this says anything about God. So I'm not sure why I'm looking at it, because you forgot to put God in there. You seem to have forgotten the whole point of this whole thing to begin with. And I also think your truth table is wrong. I could be wrong, because, these damn truth tables, they hurt my brain. And I don't like them, because they have double negatives, and the double negative, switches everything around, and you have to keep that in mind. Yada, yada, yada. Formal logic. Keep it. I don't want it. I do informal logic. I don't care. Do formal logic, whatever. Have fun with it. But I think you got this wrong. I could be wrong, but pretty sure I'm not. Anyways, that's it. This argument is still broken. You cannot have a perfect being imply two things that are opposite. To make the argument work in reality, like I said in the first video, all you have to do is change it. It's not that hard, and I suggested a change. I think my change is far better than theirs. If there is a perfect being, then Christianity is false. That's all you really have to say. But then you have to then say that there's a perfect being. So I don't like that, because I don't know that there's a perfect being. So instead, I said, well, if God is a perfectly logical being, then it can't use logical fallacies. And I tied that to its existence for Christianity. So then if that's false, then it's false, and there you go. And I did that in the first video, and you could go look at that if you haven't done that, whatever. I am now almost certainly convinced, and I could be wrong, that this guy and the other people have, I don't know if they're I don't know, maybe they're not using ChatGPT, maybe they're not pulling this from some website. I don't know what they're doing, or where they're getting this idea from, or really why they're trying to make this broken argument work. I have no idea, when it is so simple to say, no, the argument sucks, let's have a better argument. In natural language, which is what we're using right now, it is plain understanding of that needs to happen, so that people understand what the hell you're saying. Because in normal, everyday, average Joe life, Joe Schmo isn't going to know about formal logic. They might not even know informal logic, but they're sure as hell going to recognize something not sounding right when you say there is a perfect being. That implies Christianity, but also Christianity means that the perfect being isn't. They're going to say, wait a minute, no, that can't be true. You're off your rockers, because it doesn't sound correct, because it isn't correct. So you need to have your argument be good. That's it. So stop defending it. I'm done defending it. Anybody else that comments, I was just linking them to this video. I'm done. I did the damn truth table. I'm right. You're wrong. The end. Thanks for playing, everybody. And I'm done with weird, bizarre logics and off-the-wall things. And meanwhile, maybe I'll invite somebody to talk about S5 logic. Oh, God, shoot me in the foot now. Oh, man, that one's really bizarre. But anyways, I don't know. That's a future me problem. But at least I shamed him into making a video or two. So that's something. That's good. Because I think that if you have ideas that you think are worth considering, then submit them for public scrutiny. And he does. So hey, props to Bozeman 42 for putting out 2 different videos and trying to defend his points. I think he got it wrong, but hey, that's fine. We can be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know anymore. I'm just happy with informal logic. So that's what I'm going to stick with. And if you think that you know formal logic, great. Then do that content. Make that stuff and promote, well, I don't know if you're an atheist. I'm guessing you are. But promote that. Promote skepticism. Promote informal logic. Whatever it is. And do that. And hey, more power to you. But when an argument's wrong, no matter who makes it, no matter what side it's for, I'm going to point out the fallacies. And I count on everybody else to point out when I get stuff wrong. And in this case, I had to do a lot of research to make sure that these guys that were pointing out things that they thought were wrong, if they were right or wrong. And in every case, when I looked at the formal arguments that they, first of all, I didn't know when the first guy showed up, I didn't even know he was using formal logic. Once I realized that, I was like, oh, now I see what the problem is. And I looked at what he was doing and I go, yeah, no, that doesn't work here. And the next guy, same thing. And this last guy, same thing. It doesn't transfer always to reality. Sometimes it does, but the formulas in formal logic are really great on paper, but many times they don't work in reality. Otherwise, we could just take a modal argument to the bank and get $1 million because now we have $1 million in our account because we've proved inductively that, of course, we have $1 million in our account. But that doesn't work like that because you can't just prove things into existence using modal logic or formalized logic or logic at all. You can't do that. It just doesn't work in the real world. And that's really the purpose of informal logic, is to take the language that we use and say, here, let's see if that works in the real world. And what we have to do then is look at the damn real world to see whether it works or not. And so I've been doing this stuff for 11 years on YouTube, pointing out fallacies that theists make. And for whatever reason, religion just seems to be a really great depository for bad logic. I don't know why. I'm not suggesting that means anything necessarily, but it's interesting. And also what's interesting is that the apologists, like, I think maybe 1 or 2 in the entire time I've ever done this, have admitted that they might even be a little bit wrong with the arguments. I don't know what that means or what to make of that either, but it's interesting. But what I find even more interesting in a way is when I have gone against quote unquote other atheists, I don't know why I put quotes around that. Ignore that. Undo the quotes. When I've gone against other atheists because I pointed out they did was wrong, people come after me like crazy. But the argument is wrong. So they don't come after me with actual logic. This is like a first time in a long time that people have actually come at me with actual logic that I actually had to see if it was right or wrong. So I'm happy about that on one side, but on the other side, I'm still mystified that this is happening on this particular argument. I'm like, look, it's broken. I don't know why you would. I don't know. I don't get it, but I don't know. One of my typical sub guys said something to the tune of that, you know, that they're like worshiping the Atheist Experience or something like that, or they're thinking that the Atheist Experience can't be wrong or something like that. I don't know that that's true. I don't know their motives. I don't know what they're thinking or feeling or whatever. Maybe they're driven by a passion for being, you know, using good logic, and they really think I'm wrong. And hey, great, wonderful. I don't think I am. I think that if you use formal logic and you make things abstract, that yes, you can get bizarre things, but the moment you make it unabstract again, it makes a whole lot more sense, which is why I stick with informal logic rather than formal logic. But hey, if you want to do formal logic, more power to you. It's just it has its limits. And the limits of logic are perhaps, and I really do think that this is true, but I could be wrong about this, it can't give us any new discoveries. Logic cannot give us something completely new that we didn't know before. That is challenged, by the way, by the S5 logic that I may or may not talk about later in the future. Not sure, we'll see. But I think that that's the case. I also think it's the case that logic ultimately has to give way to you checking with reality to see whether or not the damn argument works at all. Because it's all great to say either the light is on or off, it's off, so it's not on, or it's on or off, but it's not on, so it's off, or whatever. That's great, and that works, but is the damn light off or on? Let's look at the light. Forget about the argument. Is there a real light that we're even talking about? And if so, then either it's on or it's off, and we can see that. So we don't even need the argument. And that's the point that I've tried to drive home, and many people I think have tried to drive home to the apologists out there is we are not asking for the arguments. We are asking for the thing itself that proves the thing is the thing at all. And they're saying there isn't proof. Simultaneously, they're saying there is proof. Sounds a lot like what's going on here. There is a perfect being, and that makes Christianity false. But then that also means that there's a perfect being. But I don't think that there is a perfect being because I don't believe in God. But maybe you do, and that's fine. But that argument would have to be that. It would have to be Christianity is true and a perfect being exists, but then, or Christianity is false, but a perfect being exists. And that perfect being is not the perfect being of Christianity. Or something like that. Anyways, whatever. I think I've explained it enough, I hope. And here's my thing again. I don't know. Bozeman 42. Hey, look, props to you. I commend you for making your videos about this. And if you feel insulted by things I said at you, I apologize. Look, I we're both passionate about this clearly. But it is what it is. So if you want to join me sometime live and talk live, I said, I'm going live in a bit, but that was like, quite some time ago. So, you might have missed it. I don't know, 14 minutes ago is the last post. So maybe you're not around, or maybe you don't have access to a microphone. I don't know, but email me and we'll set up a day and time to talk. And we don't even have to talk live. We can talk offline and figure this all out. All right. theconvertedman1@gmail.com. Making sure I spelled my own goddamn name right. There's my email. Email me the thing. And until next time, hopefully everybody... Oh, there he is. See, the moment I'm about to sign off, then he appears. Doesn't that just everything? I hate everything. That just isn't that just life? All right, fine. You know what? I don't care. Hager Thumblecalf. Who's this? Is this somebody new? Okay. All right, so Bozeman, you know what? I think it'd probably be best to set this up for a different time because springing it on you last minute doesn't seem fair to me. Doesn't seem fair. And yes, there would be. If I gave you the Steam link or the SteamYard thingy, you would just click on the link and you could join in and I could put you in the thing. But I think it'd probably be best for us to set up a day and time to do this that isn't today so that you can get your notes in order and make sure that you did the truth table, or whatever you want to do and relook at the original argument and make sure that, all the ducks are in a row because, it's important. Because I could very well be wrong. I don't think I am, but I could be, Yeah, I don't know that truth tables is the best way to demonstrate. Well, truth tables are very useful. I just hate them because they're very complicated, and I'm a simple kind of guy, and I don't like them. I learned about them, and I'm like, yeah, that's nice. I don't want to use them. But anyways, I think that it'd probably be better to do a different at some time and day when you're properly prepared and when I'm properly prepared and all that. Because I feel like if I do it now, that I'm getting that sense of it. It's like it's time for me to sign off and not do YouTube feeling. So got to go with that, whatever that means. It's not logical, but whatever. All right. But yeah, yeah. I think it's better to do it a different time because I'm just getting that intuition that it could go very wrong for some reason. But email me, we'll set up a day and time, and we'll figure it out, and we'll go from there. Okay, thanks everybody for watching. Stay tuned for that, and I don't know, we'll call it Bozeman 42 times deconverted man equals porcupine. Yes, that's what we'll call it. I don't know. Until then, be skeptical, everybody.